Fortnite is an FPS battle royale style game. A game of skill, a game of strategy, a game where you aim to win and win epically. But of course, with victory being so great, it's also possible that defeat can also feel pretty epic. Sometimes hilariously epic. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Today we are going to be looking at some of the most chuckle-inducing Fortnite defeats as we count down the top 10 funniest Fortnite fails. And be sure to stick around till the end of this list where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Before we start, remember to smash that subscribe and ring our bell if you haven't already so you can join our awesome gamer squad. And now let's get counting. Number 10, run for cover. One of the best ways to keep yourself alive in an FPS is to keep moving, but you also usually want to find cover as well. If you're out in the open, running around like in a large, relatively visible and flat field, it's probably not going to end well for you. That's what happened to this unfortunate player who got shot at and continues to run around but fails to find any cover. As a result, they were forced to deal with some explosive consequences.
Hello there.
The story of Obi-Wan Kenobi ends here.
Yes, I know.
Please, try to run. Jedi scum.
Number 9, jump to your death. Sometimes I don't even know what people are thinking with some of these fails. This fail shows us a player who decided to take the last leap as the game was coming to its close. I guess they were aiming to blow up their opponent on their way down, but instead they met an untimely end when they fell onto their opponent's build below. There is nothing more embarrassing than the self-eliminating defeat. Number 8, grappling with death. Be careful what you wish for. This player attempts to target their opponent on the shoreline, but keeps missing them. Obviously, they are looking for some direct confrontation, but of course, and oh boy do they get it. Their opponent decides instead of running away to come charging at them, jumping into the water, and taking them out with one shot. Likely not the end result they were hoping for when it came to this altercation.
Shut your ass the fuck up.
Number 7, drop in and get blown up. This stormtrooper obviously flew in with a plan. They saw their target, they got out a big rocket launcher, their sights were set, and then, well, they were blown up. Once again, another case of getting too far ahead of yourself and likely dropping into a pretty hot area when it comes to the action. They were so busy focusing on their own target, they forgot to consider that, they might be someone else's target. But what can you expect from a stormtrooper? I feel like they're always having a rough go in Star Wars normally. Why should Fortnite be any different? Number 6, bounce goes the Dynamite. This player just wants to grab this propane, but Fortnite seems to be failing the player this time around. The propane tank they're trying to pick up is bouncing on a trampoline, and every time they go to pick it up, they miss as a result. The game glitching out as the propane tank continues to bounce for, well, eternity it seems like. This looks like it could even be an explosion waiting to happen should someone else come along and fire at that tank while they are standing so close to it. Number 5, do stop dancing. Sometimes you've just gotta dance, even in the middle of a fight. That's what happened to this player who chose to celebrate too soon, only for that to be their downfall. After a moment of celebrating, they are pretty much instantly sniped. Just goes to show you how important it is in Fortnite to be aware of your surroundings at all times, and not put the cart before the horse when it comes to acknowledging your kills. Number 4, just keep jumping. This player obviously thought if they kept moving, no one could hit them. Sadly, they were mistaken. They jump into action, literally, upon seeing their enemy and begin shooting. They actually seem to get off a shot, but all their jumping is for naught, as the other player ends up having a shield. Yeah, shields are stronger than jumping in most closer combat. Once this player lands, before they can jump again, they are shot and eliminated. You can keep jumping all you want in Fortnite, but you know, it won't always save you. Number 3, supply surprise. Obviously, loot is a big part of Fortnite. You need loot for resources to help you build, new items and weapons to help you defend yourself. So when you come across a crate or a chest, you obviously get excited. Hopefully it will contain something awesome that you could really use. Something better than you already have on you. That is what this player likely thought when they charged towards the crate floating in front of them. They searched it, but found that it was empty. At least they got a bit of XP, I guess, but talk about the game trolling you. That was definitely a loot fail. Number 2, off-lake boating. There is a reason why boats are usually driven on water, because, you know, that's what they were designed for. But apparently this player wanted to challenge that and wanted to believe that boats, you know, deserve their day in the sky and on the land. We see them take a boat down a waterfall into some water, launch it up a ramp, and attempt to drive through a building with it. I don't know where they were attempting to go or why they felt it so important to prove this was possible, but ultimately they failed. It wasn't really possible. As soon as they got to the building, they and their companions were all launched out of the boat and were eliminated. But hey, at least they made it to the building, I guess? Number 1, I'm Batman. With all the fun characters and different outfits and skins you can play with in Fortnite, it's easy to get all swept up in the fun. But some people take their looks a little too seriously. Case in point, this player who appears to be dressed as Batman and as such is shining his bat signal and just looking off into the distance at it, brooding, instead of, you know, playing the game. Is this person okay? They know Fortnite isn't like a role-playing game, right?
What are you doing?
Not the hero they want me to be.
You're not actually Batman.
I'm Batman.
Thank you so much for watching. What are some of your favorite Fortnite fail moments? Are there any ridiculous fails you have witnessed or experienced yourself? How about any confusing Fortnite glitches? Let us know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn some comments for one of our latest videos, Top 10 Banned Roblox Games You Won't Believe. Space Lightning Games comments, I did trolling on the online dating games and I made people rage quit. Lol, it was so funny. Also, no one should online date because you never know who is behind the screen. That is a good point. You never know who is behind that screen, and you know, it's not really good to take a chance on that, I don't think. It all just seems pretty shady with all the catfishing that could happen. Depression is taking over shares. I loved playing Pokemon Brick Bronze, and I am sad that it got deleted. I had so much progress, and I was about to beat it. That sounds so frustrating. I'm so sorry for you. What really sucks is when games get deleted, it's not like you get any XP or Robux back. I don't think the players should actually be punished like that for playing the game. You know, you should get something as an apology. Like, sorry we had to delete this because it was against the rules and we shouldn't have let it exist in the first place, but here is something for you since, you know, you spent so much time and now you've lost all that progress and any money that you spent on that game. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and feels shared in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!